Bridget Bartlett here. Sorry, I had a little issue swapping between my my intro and my webcam. So now here I am. So anyway, today I'm Bridget Bartlett. I am the local business marketing and training and support specialist with Builderall. And today, when I get my crap together, we're going to talk about how to build a website using panels. Okay, this is so simple to do, and I'm going to show you today how you can do that. So let me actually just go ahead and start sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay, so first of all, if you guys have questions, feel free. You can text me at 1-317-623-4596. We are going to be building this website in Builderall. If you don't have an account yet, you can click the link in the description. I'll go ahead and add that after the video. But to create our website, let's go ahead and enter the Cheetah website builder. And we're going to just start from scratch. So let's go ahead and click here to create a new website. We can use simple templates or a smart template. For this example, we'll just go ahead and choose simple. And we will start with a blank website. But of course, you see we have lots and lots of templates you could choose from. But to start a blank one, let's go ahead and click here. And then we will click here to select this blank template and save. So now we have our brand new website created. It's completely blank. So let's go to the only page we have is this one here, the home page. So let's go ahead and click edit. Let me refresh my screen so I can make sure that I am seeing all of your questions. All right, cool. And just so you guys know, if you comment below, I can only see the questions from the group. So just make sure if you do want to interact with the group training that you actually join the group. So if you're watching on my page or my profile or YouTube, or there are several other places that I share this, but to be able for me to see the comments, you need to be in the group. So make sure if you want to comment that you're in the group. So what we have here is a blank panel. And we have an element, which is a box, and then another element, which is a text element. What I want to do is actually just show you from complete scratch. So we're going to delete this panel here. And now I have nothing here. And you see it says add a panel to start building, because if you think of panels and elements, a panel is basically the wall, right, of your, like the wall in your house of your website, and then you add panels like pictures or different decorations on the wall, right? So the pictures would be elements that you're adding to the panel. So we're just going to talk about panels today. So I want to go to the menu on the right hand side here, and I'm going to choose panels. And you can see you can add a blank panel, or you can add any of these panels here. And there is a large selection, a huge variety of panels that you can add. Let's go ahead and start. I have a little cheat sheet. So we're going to start with a, let's say, first fold. So let's go to first fold, and a first fold is basically the first panel of your website. So it's going to be the one that has the call to action. So let's go ahead and just choose this one here, and we left click and it adds it automatically to our website. So you see, to edit any of these things, you could just left click here and then edit all of the elements. If you want more training on editing elements, you can find that in the knowledge base. We're going to go to add another panel. So we'll go to add panels, and let's return to the main menu of the panels, and let's scroll down here, and we actually see let's do content. So let's find some contents, because obviously we need content on our website to talk about our business. So let's go ahead, we'll just choose, as we scroll down, let's just choose this one here. So we'll left click and we'll add that panel to our website. Now, if you do add this panel and you want to rearrange these things, all you have to do is just drag and you can rearrange like so. Okay. Let's go ahead and add another panel. So let's go to return and let's click. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Let's go ahead and add, let's add some features. So we have panels for features here. So let's click here to add some features. And let's just basically, since you can customize all of this, we're basically just looking for the style and the layout that we want to add. So let's just say this one is good. Let's just left click and add some features. Let's go ahead and go back up to the return, and we'll look for another panel here. Let's find some testimonials. So let's see here. We just want a style of testimonials. So this one looks good. Let's just go ahead and add that one. We'll left click. And you guys can see how fast this is going, okay? And this is a great way to, when you very first start building a website, this is a great way to start because you have all the functions and the layout of the website you want, and then all you have to do is just make it pretty, okay? So now we have the testimonials section. Actually, did we add there we go. We have the testimonials section. Now we need to have like a contact panel, okay? So let's go down to contacts. And let's find the panel that we want. And since we are local business, I always recommend having a map on your local business website because people need to know how to locate you. Okay, so let's just go ahead. We'll choose this one and we'll left click and then we will add that panel to our website. So there's our brand new panel. And let's go back to our panels and let's go ahead and add a footer. So we have lots of footers to choose from. Let's choose the one that we like, and this one looks good, so let's left click there. Now let's go back up to the top, and you see we actually don't have a header on this website. So what we can do is go to return, and we actually have panels called headers. So let's go ahead and select a header. We'll just choose this one. But you see when we add a new panel, now it ends up at the bottom, right? And we want this to be up at the top. So all you have to do is left click in that panel and then go over to the side menu where it says order panels. And you'll see when we pull up this menu here, we have all of the panels, but the one that we've selected is actually highlighted in blue. So what you can do is just rearrange these panels by dragging. So if I want this panel to be at the top, all I need to do is left click in the panel and drag it up to the top. I could also rearrange any of these panels simply by doing the same thing. When I've gotten it exactly how I want it, all I need to do is click move, and then it will move all of the panels and update it. Sometimes it does take a second. There we go. So now you see we've rearranged the panels and our header is at the top. So of course, let's go ahead and save, because save is our friend. We want to use it often. And let's go ahead and left click in the first panel, and we're going to click edit element. And I just want to show you some of the cool things that you can do with your panels. So in the sizes section, you can actually change this here and it will make your panel larger. So it'll be taller, that's why height. If you adjust the minimum height, that's really for mobile view. So keep that in mind. If you have a panel that you want to make bigger, you want to really concentrate on the mobile or the minimum height there. You can also change the border of your website by adjusting this here. You can add that way. You can change the style of the border. I typically don't put borders on panels, so I don't use that often. You can actually configure an arrow. So if you want to click here, it actually adds an arrow at the bottom of your panel, and you can change the color and height and all of that there. You can actually, this is a super cool feature and it's actually new. So if I wanted to hide this testimonial panel and I only wanted it to show up after 5 seconds that they've been on the website. All I need to do is change this to 5 and then click this to make it active. And then when I would save this, then it would hide that panel and then appear after 5 seconds when the website is published and active to the website visitors. So that's a really cool feature that you can use a lot for maybe videos, or if you want to run a video and say after 3 minutes of watching the video, then a special offer will show up. You could even say that in the video. So lots of really cool things that you can use that hidden panel for. You can click here to change the border radius. You can click here to edit the background of the panel. You see this panel is the one that we have selected, and the background is actually just an image that has this design there. So if you wanted to change that, all you need to do is go to change image, and then you can use one of the images that you have already, or you can click here to select and upload a new image. So just to show you, we'll go ahead and click here. And then now you see I've changed the background of that panel. If you want to rearrange the image, you can choose any of these options here. I typically don't use that a lot unless I have an image that maybe has maybe a person on it or something, and then I'm trying to adjust to make the person look right on the panel. So these are great options here to fine tune that. You can also choose here to scroll to let this panel scroll with the website, or you can keep it fixed. So that has a really cool effect. You see as I scroll up and down, it looks like that back panel doesn't move. So that is a really, really cool feature that a lot of modern websites have. So that's really cool that we can do that with Builderall. If you click here, you can edit the internal background settings. And so what that is the section between the grid lines. So if I wanted to change this, all I would need to do is, first of all, it's transparent. So you see as I make it non-transparent, since the color is white, that's what's going to change there. So I could add an image there. I could change it to a different color. Lots of options for that. Let's go ahead and we'll just make that transparent again. We could also add a video to the background, which is a really cool feature that not a lot of builders allow you to use. You can add a parallax effect, which is another feature that's really common in modern websites. So it's really impressive, and it gives a more modern look than maybe some of the other cheap website builders like Wix or something like that. We actually have the ability to add a panel divider, which is so cool. If you click here, you can choose the type of divider you want to use. So this one is floating waves. You can change the colors. So if I wanted it to be this color here, and maybe I want this color, so you can really customize that and change any of the colors. You can also change the style. So maybe you want a drip down style. Waves fixed. There's some big arrows. You can move this down here. So lots of really cool features that you can use that for. As we scroll down, you see you can actually add a tag to this page. So if you wanted to keep track of all of the visitors who have reached this page on your website in your CRM or with email marketing, you could tag this page here. And again, here's how you can order the panels, which is really cool. Actually, behind that, you see as I scroll, it still keeps that background. So that's really cool. Ordering the mobile elements and the mobile columns we'll talk about in just a second. You can also anchor this panel. So if I wanted to create a menu, so for example, let's say in the menu I had a testimonials section, and instead of taking them to another page, this is a common use in landing pages where there's only one page of the website, you can actually create an anchor here, and then when they click testimonials, it would go to the testimonials panel. So that's really, really cool. You can also save this panel in your personals elements and panels so that you can reuse it. And this is super simple. So all you have to do is click here to save, and then we can call this, we'll just say example panel. and save personal elements. Now when you go up to the personal section, you'll see that it is organized between panels and elements. So if I click panels here, you should see at the bottom we have our sample panel. Now if I want to use this panel again, all I need to do is click the plus sign, and you'll see that it adds that panel down here at the bottom. Now that is an ugly panel, so we'll definitely want to delete that. So all we need to do is left click and then click the trash can to delete. And now that ugly panel is going away. So now let's go to the mobile view and I'll show you some of the editing options for panels there. So let's click here to access the mobile view. And you see, it's basically done for us. So that's why I love, even though we didn't start with a template, we still have basically a template. It's just a customized template where we have all of the elements that we were using or looking for, right? So as you scroll down here, there's some features here that I wanted to show you. So let's go ahead and we'll click, let's just say this panel here. And you can always tell that you've selected the panel because see how as I hover over, this line on the outside appears, and that is how you can click to select the panel. Because sometimes if you have two elements close together, like this one has a box, and then a text box inside, it can be kind of hard to get the exact thing to click on. So that's why having this line outside there is really cool. It also says panel here, and then it also says panel here. So you can make sure that you have selected the right element. To select the box, all you would need to do is left click in the box until you actually click on it. There we go. Now we know we have the box. We can click here for all of the settings for the box, and then the same thing for the text. So let's click here to make sure we have the panel, and let's go ahead and click the edit element. It says panel here. So let's scroll down, and you see we have two options here. So order mobile elements. Now this option orders the panels, okay? But the order mobile elements will actually put the elements in the order within the panel, okay? So all you need to do is, this one has two boxes. So let's look for one that actually had more. Okay, so this one looks good. So let's select this panel here. We'll go to edit the element. Let's scroll down to mobile elements, order mobile elements. And you see as we hover over it, it actually selects the element that we're hovering over. Okay, so this one is the text at the top, and then the text next underneath that, and then we have three boxes. So let's say that we really don't want this text up here or here, and maybe we want this entire box to be in the middle of these two lines of text. All we need to do is click or hover over the box. So you see we have the correct one, and all we need to do is move that up in between the text elements. Now, once we have it selected and laid out exactly how we want, all we need to do is click move, and then it will move the box in between the two elements of text. So let's see. Okay. So now you see we have the testimonials text here, and then this text, and then our boxes in the middle. So that's really, really cool. Let's scroll down. And we have another option here that is called Mobile Columns Advanced. So if you click there, you'll see that you actually need to enable. So let's enable it. And you see now that it has separated, actually let's select the panel, make sure we have the correct one, and click enable. And now you see that it has separated all of the elements on this panel to be in two columns. Now, obviously, this is not really a panel that we would care so much about things being in columns, but if you have several buttons or maybe you have several lines of text, that you actually want to be side by side or in columns, this is a really great feature for that. So no matter what is in the panel, it's actually going to create two columns. Now we can actually create three columns by changing this to 3. And you see now we have these elements side by side. If you want to do any further editing to this, all you need to do is left click in the box or the element, however you want to edit. And so let's go ahead and we'll just click in the box. Make sure I've highlighted the box. Now I'm on the panel. Let's see, get to that box. Okay, so now we're in the box. Now let's scroll down to lateral spacing. So if you want to adjust the elements here after you've changed the columns, all you need to do is go to lateral spacing and you can change the left or right positioning. You can also change the top and bottom, so you can add space to the top and bottom. Sometimes you may want to have an effect where maybe this is lower or taller, so you can adjust all of these things here. So that's just a really cool feature that we have to be able to customize even further what our mobile version of our website looks like. So in this video, I have showed you all about panels, how you can customize them, how you can edit them, and how you can completely create your own style of website template simply by using the panels. So I hope you guys found some value in this training today. I see I don't have a lot of questions, so it must have been pretty straightforward. But if you're watching this on the replay, of course, feel free, no matter where you're watching, to ask your questions, and I'll do my best to get back to them. So, hey Cosmos, hey Mohammed, hey Peter. So, okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. So I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a good one. Go build it with